My name is Cath Harwood, and I live in Bendigo. My subject is living with death. I was diagnosed with multiple myeloma 5 years ago, and at the time I was told I'd have probably 2 years to live. And as I said, that was 5 years ago. So it's about learning to live with the diagnosis of cancer and make the most of your life. Most people, when they're first diagnosed with cancer, their first question is, how long have I got to live? And doctors are reluctant to tell them how long and give a general statement of, a little while or not very long. Or in my case, the doctor actually took the book off the shelf because he'd never diagnosed a case of my kind of cancer before. And it said in the book, from diagnosis, generally 2 years. So you panic. What am I going to do in that period of time? I have to tell everybody. I have to finish up everything that I've started in my life. It can be very traumatic. And you don't know who to talk to, and you don't know the questions to ask. Without those things, you're really lost. And as my journey has gone on, I recognized that we needed here in Bendigo to have a cancer support group for people with all types of cancer. There were breast cancer groups and prostate groups, but any other kind of cancer, there wasn't anything available. And so I started off the cancer support group with my husband. And then when I heard about the Living Library, I thought this was an ideal opportunity to be able to tell people how to live with cancer. Because nowadays, most people don't die from cancer in the way we always thought of cancer. It's more, you live quite a long time and you can live quite well, but there are certain things that you have to do and things you have to know, and you're not going to find those things out just by talking with other people in the street or reading books and papers. It's meeting people who actually have done the journey. It's letting them tell you, because they need to talk through what's going on for them. And then when they get to the point of asking for help or what sort of questions they should be asking, then it's a matter of helping them through those things. So, for example, with my kind of cancer, multiple myeloma, there are very few people in Bendigo with this disease because it only, statistically, 3 in every 100,000. So in Bendigo, we should only have 3 people with myeloma. In my case, in Bendigo, there are now 13 that I know of. But you won't find them. You'd have to put an ad in the paper to find them. So if somebody rings me and they're talking, as I did a lady the other day, and she said, the problem is I've never met anybody with this disease, I can say, well, did you know, for example, that there's a myeloma nurse? She's based in Melbourne, but there's a number that you can ring, and it's a free call, and you can ask her anything you want about myeloma, and she can help you. And she was absolutely thrilled. That's all she needed. I often end up inviting them to come along to our cancer support group, because just meeting other people with other kinds of cancer, even if they have something rare, helps them to start understanding what's happening to them and finding things that will help them through the journey. Every day is a new day for me, and I'm grateful to wake up in the morning. I know that the treatment I'm on now is just a bonus, and I've been very, very lucky to get it. I found it myself on the internet, and I told my oncologist about it, and he went through the Peter Mac and the chemical company to get it for me. He was able to get it for me on compassionate grounds. Otherwise, it would be costing me $17,000 a month. But I've got it on compassionate grounds for free. I've had it now for 26 months. I live month by month as long as it's working. I know that the average efficacy period for this particular drug is 14 months. So I've lived well beyond what most people do. So I know that it will fail anytime. And when that happens, I don't have anything else that I can turn to, because this was the last resort. So every day I do go onto the net and I look for something more to see if I can find something that may have been developed in the last 24 hours. And hopefully, when the time comes, I will have. But in the meantime, I need to have a purpose for living every day. And I have made my purpose trying to make a significant difference in the life of someone else each day. Now that may not be in relation to cancer. It could be in just something that helps someone else, a comment or something that's happened to me that I share with someone else and that makes a difference to them. So I try every day to have a positive influence in the life of someone else each day. People with cancer often say that they lose all their friends because the friends are afraid to talk to them. The friends are afraid they might catch cancer by, associating with them. They don't understand. And this helps to break down a lot of those barriers and make them realize that, as I said to the lady I was speaking to today, she said she had a friend with cancer who'd closed down and wouldn't let her come and visit. And I said to her, well, you don't have to visit. She just needs to know that you still care. So if you want to send her a card or you want to make a casserole and drop it off, don't go in, just drop it off for her. That will be enough for her to know that you care. Over time, she'll be able to talk. Right now, she can't. And it's helping others to understand what people going through the cancer journey might be experiencing.